how to brainwash yourself for success in 2025 and eliminate those negative pesky thoughts that come up. If you want to know how to do that, stay tuned. Hello and welcome. My name is Kartika Nair and you're watching Synchro Shakti. So let's begin immediately. The three main things you need to master in order to brainwash yourself for success this year is as follows. Number one is self-image. Your self-image, how you see yourself. Number one thing to master. Number two is your alignment. I'll explain what alignment is very soon. Number three is knowing when to take the score, knowing when to check whether things are working or not working. If you can master these three, you're good to go for 2025. So if you're ready, let's begin. Number one was your self-image. I've already shared this many times before. There's a saying that you must first be before you can do, and do before you can have. A lot of people are operating from a broken self-image. They don't see themselves as worthy, don't see themselves as successful, don't see themselves as good enough. So they're waiting on something external to first show it to them, either an achievement or people's validation to show it to them. So they are operating from a broken self-image and not seeing success. But another major thing that happens from a broken self-image is you don't feel inspired to take action. You will procrastinate because there are fears there are beliefs there's a broken self-image that is not in the same line as the success that you're asking for. So because our subconscious mind always brings us back to the familiar, what is normal to us, we're going to keep coming back to the broken self or the low life that we are so accustomed to, because that's the identity that we are holding. That's our normal. So self-image here is learning to see yourself in such a way that you're not lying to yourself. We don't lie here. We are looking at what is already there within us that we can then acknowledge, what is good in us that we can acknowledge, what good we have done that we can acknowledge so far in our entire life, whether the only good thing you did was you were able to work your computer, able to watch this video. That's the only thing that you could do from this one tiny task that you've done. It shows so much about yourself, your capabilities, your brain, your mind, your ability to focus. So many good things you can take from your one action of being able to access this video and watch about yourself. I'm someone who takes action on my goals. I'm somebody who's learning to evolve. I am evolving. I am somebody who is doing well in life because I'm taking the actions. I'm listening. I'm doing the work to do well in life. I am someone who's destined to do well in life because the knowledge is coming to me to be able to do it. Therefore, it is my destiny. Otherwise, why would it come to you and not to so many people in the world who wish they had this knowledge? But no, you have this knowledge. You're already blessed, you see. In a few seconds, I've already shown you from one tiny action, and you have millions of actions you've done, which is magical and wonderful, from which you can extract a very positive self-image. And if you practice this new self-image, see yourself from that eyes of love, seeing yourself from that brilliance that you already have inside. No matter how much your mind has already convinced you that there's nothing brilliant about you, you're just average, you've done nothing in life, you've not achieved, that's called comparing to the wrong thing. If you see what you've already achieved and what's already good, what's already magical about you and your life, and extract meaning from that or extract an identity from that, you're going to shine this year. Some of you are going to resonate with what I'm saying because you feel what I'm saying right now is the truth. So extract the right meaning from it. Your identity will match the goodness that already is in you. Practice that over this year consistently, and you're immediately going to see a shift in the way that you act, because your actions always come from your self-image. That's what I said when I said people have a broken self-image and are wondering why are they procrastinating, why are they not able to take action. So self-image first. Action will come from that new self-image. Action will come from that new state of feeling amazing about yourself and your life. From there will come the action. So don't worry about trying to force yourself to act from a broken self-image. Work only on your self-image and the action will naturally come from there. Okay? So this is the very first part of our how to brainwash yourself for success, is already seeing the success that is already in you. You can also work on your self-image by creating. Now, for some of us, we can do this, is we can create an image of what the most successful version of us would look like. What are you actually doing in that successful vision of yours? Who are you? What are your qualities? Beginning to be possessed by the qualities or the energy of that person who is the most successful version of yourself. You know, when we were kids, we would pretend, I don't know about you, but I've always been like that, is even as a teenager, I would pretend like I was in a music video or I was in a movie and I was playing this character, and we'd, as kids, we're so imaginative, we would totally believe that we were that character, and we would totally believe this kind of method acted things out when we were kids. Same thing we need to do as adults. The beautiful thing about our life right now is that it's just about play. All we need to do is play. You don't have to work hard. You don't have to do something you don't want to do. You don't have to, it's like school, you know, like you hated going to certain classes, but then, you know, you had drama class coming or dance class coming and you were so excited, art class, and you were so excited. In real life, all you need to do is drama class, art class, and just be excited about life. That's all you need to do, is have fun. And life mirrors the emotion that you feel. So you can create an image of the most successful version of yourself and practice that image consistently. And that image will then you start beginning to believe that is really you. And when belief comes and is strong enough, no one can convince you otherwise. Even the reality that you see, even if it is different than your self-image, you will still feel excited because you know that this is going to be a normal. This is who you are. You are a success. So if you don't see it right now, I'm excited for the universe to surprise me, to show it to me. That is the energy or the attitude you will naturally develop when your self-image becomes amazing. So don't wait on the outside to show it to you. Just keep working on it. Do the method acting for the entire year. 2025 is your year of self-mastery. Keep practicing this new self-image. Okay, so build from what is already awesome in you, and then also add the image, if you so choose to, of an image of you that is successful. Create it in your mind and practice that image, or do either one, whichever you like. Both ways will work on your self-image. So that is the first one. Okay, self-image. The second one, very, very important one. By the way, if you understood my self-image part, pause now and type in the chat saying, my self-image is amazing. Okay, type it in the chat. My self-image is amazing. Because there is amazing stuff in you. You just have to look for it. You just have to acknowledge it. So my self-image is amazing. Write it down in the chat and we can go to the second part now. This one is alignment. Alignment here, I'm talking about your predominant emotions towards your desires. Your predominant emotion is the immediate emotion you feel when you think of your desire. Okay, whatever you want to succeed at. Maybe you want to get married this year, or maybe you want to attract a lot of money, or you want to have perfect health. When you think of that, when you think of the area of marriage, or you think of the area of health, or you think of the area of money, what is the most immediate emotion that you feel? If I asked you to think about that right now, for many of you, the immediate feeling that comes up is, I'm stuck, or I don't have it, I don't have enough of it, or it's not working, or I just feel terrible when I think of that area. But you're also the same person who's been affirming for it, scripting for it, visualizing for it. None of that matters if your predominant emotion towards that desire is lack or negative. We have to make sure that when we think about that area of life that you're manifesting in, the immediate response, the immediate nervous system, emotional thought response that you have is positive. How do you do that? You do that by getting into alignment. So what is alignment? Alignment is when all your thoughts about that, let's say, I won't say all your thoughts, but let's say your thoughts about that area is good. You feel good about it. You can pick any thoughts that you can possibly pick from your mind to feel good about that area. So if I wake you up at 3 in the morning and I say, tell me about you and that area, you would have a very positive response to that area because you're choosing thoughts that feel good about that area. It could be any thought. Absolutely, you can choose things that are true for you. So let's say it's about the thought of marriage, or it's a thought of money. The thought could be, I'm really looking forward to cuddling with my partner. So that thought feels good to you. Let's say it's about money. I really appreciate how money can do so much magic in this world and can help so many people. That thought is true for you. So you feel good about that thought. So then when you're practicing more thoughts like that, I'm giving you the full crash course here itself. When you're practicing thoughts like that towards your desire, and you've practiced it so much, those good feeling thoughts towards your desire, every day you've practiced those thoughts, then it will become your default state. As even if something is not working out externally, what looks like it's not working out, we'll get to that in point 3. What looks like it's not working out, you will not get deflated. You will still be in that high vibration, because you know you're in the knowing, be in the knowing in your bones that this is your destiny, because your self-image is the first one. It is my destiny to succeed. This is my natural thing that I'm doing on this planet, is succeeding. This is normal for me. That's your self-image, point number 1. When you know, you're in the knowing that it's your destiny, and you're feeling good about those areas of life, even when there is delay or it is forming, whether you can see it or not, it's always forming, because as long as your thoughts are in that direction, it's always forming. You will continue to stay excited for the universal surprise gift for when it begins to show up in your reality. You will not deflate. You will only deflate when your self-image and your self-esteem are broken, and you'll only deflate if your thoughts are not in alignment with what you want. So what does it look like to have thoughts that are not in alignment with what you want? That looks like fears that you have, that I want this thing, but then I'm afraid that XYZ will happen if I get it, or I want this thing, but what if I don't get it? These fearful negative thoughts come up because what? Point number 1, your self-image is still broken. Work on your self-image. If you see yourself as a success and you're convinced of it, law of attraction is a law of conviction. How deeply convinced am I that this is my destiny? When you're fully convinced, you're ready to receive. It's always at the door. I've seen so many case studies in our academy. We have thousands, tens of thousands of case studies like this. When someone took their focus away from the desire for some time because they were so obsessed with it, their obsession was holding the door closed. When they looked elsewhere for a few minutes, just for a few days, they just focused somewhere else, that door opened automatically and they received their desire, because they weren't obsessing over it. They made it so they just let go for some time, and then the desire just showed up for them. It's always there. When you ask, it is at the end of, it's on the other side of that door. You just need to get out of your way by getting these negative thoughts and emotions out. And one shortcut method of doing that is change your self-image. Okay? So, self-image, alignment. Another way to get into alignment is to make a list of all those fears and beliefs and question them. Find the opposite of that. Look for the evidence of the opposite. So all of these things, obviously, we do this work in classes where we do the exercise. I'm not selling you anything, I'm just telling you. But I'm just telling you exactly what we do so you can just practice it. Is make a list of all these fears and beliefs. Look for the opposite of these and then find evidence to the opposite, so you can now have new beliefs and new ideas to think about. When your ideas are new, because the world is a reflection of your emotional state, your ideas, your thoughts, your conceptions, your concepts, what happens is the entire outer reality begins to match these new beliefs and this new evidence that you're presenting yourself to believe this new thing about yourself, your life and your desires. You're now in alignment with that desire, and when you're in alignment, you're ready to receive. And when you're without even having to look, because you're so in the identity of it, you won't be looking, you wouldn't even feel the need to look. The thought of will it come, will it not come, will not come to you when your identity and your alignment are good and are in place. Okay, which brings us to the final part of today, which is my favorite part, and I think very few people really talk about this one, and that is knowing when to take score. Taking score means checking whether the money is coming in, or whether the good proposals are coming in, or whether the desire has manifested or not. If you check too early, when your momentum is not built, it's like when you're cooking something or you're baking something and you check too early, you open that oven too early and you take it and you taste it and it tastes terrible, it's not ready yet, you will begin to deflate and think that something has gone wrong. Nothing has gone wrong. You just took the score way too early before your momentum was built, before the thing was fully cooked. Okay, your momentum needs to build, and then when it comes to the point where you don't even feel like taking score, you know that you're in a good place. But if you're constantly looking to see whether it happened or did not happen, that's a good sign that your momentum, your alignment, your self-image is not perfectly baked for you to eat that dish. So continue to work on yourself, your alignment and your self-image. Now, if you take the score in good time, what that means is, like I said, once your self-image and your alignment is correct, you wouldn't even feel like taking score. Those lackful thoughts will not show up in your consciousness because you're a different person. You're possessed. It's like your thoughts are a reflection of the consciousness you possess. When you're already in the consciousness of a success, the thoughts of will, has it happened or not, does not occur to you because you're possessed in a different consciousness. You're taken over by a different consciousness. And if you're consistently there, like a method actor who's consistently practicing a character, you will not have those thoughts. But if you, it's like, the whole thing about when do I take score then? One is you will not feel like taking score when your alignment is correct. That is number one. Number two is you'll start seeing the evidence of it coming again and again, and they'll just keep making you really, really happy. So keep your alignment on until you begin to see the alignment. But number three, 1 month is not enough. Not enough. For many of us, our negative momentum of 30-40 years is so strong, and we do alignment every day, consistently doing our alignment work for 1 month, and then we'll take score, and then you deflate when you don't see the result. It is not enough to take score in 1 month. So then the question would be, Kartika, when do I take score? My sincere request to you is take the whole year of 2025, because I don't know, for each person your momentum is different. For some people, within 2 weeks you're good to go, you feel fantastic, you're seeing the results, it's good enough for you to take that call to see what's happening. How much has your sales gone up, how much has in fact you don't even need to take score because you'll see it in your reality. But for some people it takes longer because their negative momentum of the past is stronger than the current momentum that they're building. All you need to do, and my request to you, is just spend the entire year of 2025 doing this self-image and alignment. Don't take score until 31st of December. But till 31st of December, don't take score. Don't go 1 step forward, 10 steps back by getting into alignment one day and then the next day deflating and going all the way back. Stay in alignment. It's okay to fall down one day, get back up the next day and continue to stay in alignment. Keep building the momentum for the entire year of 2025. Do not, I'm telling you, put reminders everywhere. Don't take score this year at all until the end of this year. Then look back and see what all has happened. Until then, don't take score, number one. Number two, if you're not seeing a shift in your reality, take that as your reflection to keep building your momentum. Don't take it as reflection to make meaning that there's something terribly wrong with you or terribly wrong with life, or your manifestation is not working, or the best one that I've seen so far, what am I doing wrong? Doing nothing wrong. Just continue building your momentum. If your momentum is dropping massively because you're getting hurt, triggered, your traumas are coming out when you're not seeing the result, then you have to go inside your body, observe the pain that is coming up and breathe through it and find your calm. This is where your mindfulness and your healing comes in. This is where when we talk about alignment, we're also talking about one more thing. Okay, I'll add one final last part to this. It is dropping your resistance to your day-to-day life. If you keep fighting your reality will keep fighting you back. What you resist will persist. So if you can keep dropping your resistance by being mindful, going within, healing the pain that you're feeling and coming to a state of calm, whether you use mindfulness or Ho'oponopono or EFT or whatever you choose, and you're coming to a state of calm every day without reacting and resisting and fighting your reality, the lack of fighting, which means the peace that you have throughout the year, plus your identity building, plus your alignment, plus not taking score at all this year, whole year, you're going to do magic this year. And you're going to look back at this year and you're going to look back at this video and remember my face and remember this moment and say, damn, I'm so glad I didn't take score, and I'm so glad I did this and I practiced it. See, I can only so much share on YouTube, but you need to be the one to practice it. If you want to know more and have more guidance, I'm teaching these live classes. I'm not selling you anything. You can find more information. Everyone can afford it. It is monthly subscription. Even a student can afford it. Even your son, your 12-year-old child can afford it. It's easy to afford. You can find more information on what we are doing this year. All year we are doing momentum building, alignment, identity, dropping resistance for a very, very minimal fee, live, 20 minutes every single day, every single weekday. If you want to know more about that, you can find that information in the description. We begin on 31st. But even if you don't come for that, don't have to be part of my academy. You've got the entire blueprint I've given you right now. Work on your identity, work on your alignment, drop your resistance, and do not take score for the entire year. Don't touch the scorecard. Don't look at your dashboard. Don't look at your numbers. Don't even look at your bank balance. And if you have to look at your bank balance, squint your eyes and visualize that there's a bigger balance than you can see. There's no such thing as reality. Reality is only a reflection of thought. So don't think, oh, but reality is showing me. Does not exist. It is just a reflection of this very moment of what you're feeling right now. So don't worry about it, because what you can feel can be changed at any given moment of time. So forget this topic of reality, does not exist. Forget the topic of the market and the saturation of it, does not exist. Forget the topic of whichever market, housing market, this thing, that thing. There is no conditionality in this universe. Everything is a reflection of your energy. Doesn't matter what has gone wrong or how bad it went wrong. Today is a new day and everything can turn back to a beautiful momentum today. Is that magical? So with that, if you want to know more about what we're doing with these live classes, or you want a free training on this, a longer training, find out more about it in the description. We are doing a lot of magic for you guys this year something that everybody is looking for, everybody needs, and we're going to deliver that to you this year. So go check out more about it in the description. I hope today's video has been of value for you. You've learned something amazing. Self-image first and then action. Inspired action comes from self-image. Alignment, do not take score. If this video has been of value for you, please let me know what you took back by telling me in the comments. And of course, if you liked it and you want to share this, because the whole world needs it. Everybody, your neighbor needs it, your uncle needs it, your aunt needs it, your dad needs it, your mother needs it, your child needs it. Share it with people. Digital karma. Share this with people, subscribe to this channel, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. I love you. I genuinely love all of you, and I look forward to seeing you all in another video. Namaste.